It says live on Facebook.
Hi, everybody. I'm not sure if you can see me. We're completing. We have some technical difficulties now. Oh, there we are. Let me see.
Let's hope.
Hang on. Can you give us a love if you can hear me?
There we go.
All right. Hi, everybody. Hang tight. Hi, everybody. I'm not sure if you can see me. We're completing. We have some technical difficulties now. Oh, there we are. Let me see. Hang on.
It's not that, honey. You have to mute this. Relax.
Hold on.
There it is.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our opportunity event. We are the Angela's Angels. Wave, everybody. Wave, angels. Hello, hello. They have all been muted so that we don't hear all kinds of background noise. But we are very excited to be here with you today. We are the team Angela's Angels, and a lot of these folks that you see here have teams within the team. They're either crazy awesome rock star team builders or incredible salespeople or anywhere in between. And so I'm going to introduce to you our panel really quickly. Up there we have Tammy McGregor. I know for me anyway, she is my top left. I am Angela Small. I'm a Maven A-lister with Paparazzi. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We have Steph Baker. She's a fashionista. We have Zipporah Wilkerson, Beachboard. We have Randy Lasante. We have Karina Van Tol. We have Gloria Hood, Sarah Gearhart, Christine Zanke, Tara Hool, and my husband here, Brian Small. His picture is also down there as well. He's going to be logging into his device later on. So I just wanted to give you guys a rundown of what you're going to expect from this event. We are going to be talking about what it is that we do, what comes in each kit, what is required of the business, what's not required of the business, the different ways you can make money, and how you can make it work for you depending on your situation. Everybody on this panel has all different backgrounds and walks of life, and they're at all different places in their career with the company. So hopefully you can learn a little bit or a lot from each and every one of them, okay? Where's my sheet here? So what we're going to start with really telling you is who we are as a company, okay? And also I want to welcome the panelists, but I also want to welcome you. If you have been interested in Paparazzi, or even if you have never heard of us before and you somehow found this event, we want to welcome you, and we hope that it's beneficial to you. So Paparazzi was founded back in early 2011 by two sisters and their husbands together. We are a debt-free company located out of Utah. Everything is designed and operated and shipped from our company out in Utah. The jewelry is designed in China. The founders of the company spend several weeks a year in the warehouses and making sure it's all done. What's the word I'm looking for? The quality is great, and that the work environment is great. The product is lead and nickel free and cadmium free. Okay, so it's wonderful for sensitive ears, especially my ears get really red and inflamed when I don't wear Paparazzi, which is not very often. We're a company that has many different styles of jewelry. We have earrings, bracelets, rings, earrings, that are all just $5 each. As consultants, we buy the items for $2.75 and we sell it for $5. Everybody makes the same profit margin from the very beginning. Okay, you don't have to hit a certain rank to make a certain percentage. None of that. You buy it low, you sell it high, just like a retail job. We also sell a children's line. We buy 10 pieces of children's jewelry for $5, and the retail value is a piece, making it a 50% margin, profit margin. We also have a really amazing Z collection line. It's a much, you want to grab me that Z nickel hanging over there? It's a much higher end item. It's much bigger and blingier, and all the hardware is better. And the earrings are bigger statement earrings, and those are $25 each. And I think we buy them for $16.75, I believe. So it's a 35% profit margin on the Z piece. And as you can see, it's this is just one out of many, many, many that we offer. But as you can see, it's a much bigger statement piece.
Regular.
And this is I know the screen's a little tiny, but this is a regular $5 piece, which is very, very glamorous in and of itself. But that just gives you an idea as to a couple of the products that we carry. The kits, you start off buying a kit, okay? The kits range in price anywhere between $99, which comes with 35 pieces of jewelry, up to $299, which comes with 120 pieces of jewelry. And our biggest kit is $499, and that comes with 200 pieces of jewelry. The bigger the kit, the more displays that you get with the kit. But the biggest one comes with a free convention ticket alone, which is worth over $200. And that's also much cheaper per piece. So the bigger the kit, the better the value. Okay, I've had a lot of people ask me what the different kits are. There are no, once you get your kit, after that, after you become a consultant, you don't have to have a specific kind of piece that you buy. You can buy whatever you want. You can buy 1 of this, 2 of this, 17 of that, whatever you want. Once you order, once you spend $100 in your back office, which is pretty much words for our own Paparazzi website, once you spend $100, you get free shipping. So you're not paying anything for that order of jewelry. And then in every 10 pieces that you buy, you get 1 absolutely free. Okay, so you pay for 10, you get 1 free, which you can give to a hostess, you can sell it, you can give it away, whatever you want. It's yours for you to use. There are no quotas. If you want to sign up with a kit, you want to order nothing but to feed your personal habit, which is quite common, that's fine. You don't have a minimum you have to order every month. You do have to order at least 100 pieces in a rolling year for you to remain a consultant, okay? And if you choose to build a team and you want to get paid on that team, and why wouldn't you? The commission is amazing as a team leader. Then you would need to order or sell from your website a minimum of 25 pieces of jewelry every month. Clearly, if you're working your business, you'll be able to sell far more than 25 pieces, okay? And again, you can pick and choose what you order. And also, we have a free website. So if somebody should shop from your free website, that counts towards your 25-piece requirement. And what's really nice about that, that order doesn't come out of your inventory. That order comes out from corporate. Say somebody goes to your free replicated website, they order their jewelry, corporate sends them their jewelry, and then corporate mails you your check for 45% of whatever that person bought, okay? So it's just a really simple, easy way to make money and not even have to touch your own inventory. Speaking of inventory, that's one of the main ways that we make money. We buy the jewelry at $275, we keep it on hand, we sell it to our customers for $5 a piece, okay? Many of us sell on Facebook Live. That is definitely the most common and most successful way of doing it. It's also the most fun. You can do Facebook picture posted parties where all you do is post pictures of what you have in stock and sell it that way. You can take your inventory and bring it to a salon and set up there. You can throw it in your bling bag. You know, if you like bling bag, or is out in the car? You can buy a bling bag in your back office, which looks like this. Give me a minute. Looks like this. So you can walk around with this excuse me, I sold a lot and I haven't refilled it, but you just fill up your bling bag and carry it around, and that is a great way to advertise for yourself and always have jewelry on hand. You can do events, you can do home parties if you wish, so many different ways, endless possibilities. So I'm gonna kind of hand over the mic to some other people who will kind of give more info into other things. I want to say we're going to ask that you hold your questions until the end, because as our panelists have very short amount of time to talk, and they very well might answer your question at some point. So please leave your questions until the end. And let's hope that it just gets answered in the meantime. So I want to right now introduce to you Tara Houle. Tara Houle is a teacher. Why is it not unmuting? Hold on.
She has to unmute herself.
Oh, she has to unmute herself?
Yeah.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Tara, can you hear me?
Everybody.
So Tara is a fashionista with Paparazzi Accessories. She's an elite. She is going through the ranks. She is a full-time teacher, and she's the mom to a very busy little boy that you're going to see in the background. Hi, Logan. Yeah, foreground. She's Crown Club 10. She's Life of the Party Silver. She is a rock star. So Tara, take the wheel.
Hi, everybody. How is everyone? I see a lot of people on. I hope that you're all having an awesome Saturday. Logan says hi. So yes, as Angela said, I'm a teacher. And so that means right now that I've been home with him, doing school with him and school with my students. So that's been interesting. But through all of that, at least I've had paparazzi too. So I started paparazzi 4.5 years ago, back when we first moved into the home that we're in now. And I never in a million years was planning on starting a direct sales business at all. What happened was we moved into the new home. I'm a numbers person. I budgeted, I figured everything out, thought we were all set, like as far as affordability. And then a bunch of things happened in the new home almost immediately, and it all needed to be fixed. And it kind of depleted our savings to the point where I actually thought for the first time ever I wasn't going to be able to pay a bill, and that bill was our mortgage for the next month. So I like I usually do, I had to find a way to fix it. So I started looking into things that I could do at home after my son, at the time who was 2, went to bed. So I was looking into all sorts of things, hundreds of different opportunities. I'm a researcher. I'm very analytical, and direct sales was not what I was looking at. I was looking at all different stuff. And then I posted in a local yard sale group, does anyone know of any legit home opportunities that I could do? And of course I got like 1 million. You can imagine, I didn't even know all the direct sales companies out there. So I got 1 million messages, comments. And so the thing with that, even though it was overwhelming, is I was able to very easily compare the numbers of all the companies and all the opportunities. It wasn't just direct sales that you can do. You can do other stuff too, medical billing and work for electric companies and stuff. But I was able to kind of put it all side by side. So I'm a super chart person. And I forgot to say too, I live in Maine, by the way. So I literally took everything I learned and dropped it into charts. And I had maybe 20 different things in the chart that I was looking at. And all of a sudden I get this message out of the blue from Angela, who happened to live in the same hometown at the time. She's moved away from me now, but she lived in the same town as I did. And she was like, hey, I know you're getting bombarded, but here's some information. Literally, it's super easy. It's called Paparazzi Jewelry. It's a 45% profit. The stuff is affordable, so people actually buy it. It's gorgeous for the price. It's you sell it all online. You can be in your pajamas while watching a movie and make sales. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Right? So then I said, all right, show me what you mean. Show me one of your parties. And at the time, there was no Facebook Live, so we didn't do Facebook Live sales at the time. We did these picture parties. And so Angela invited me to one of her picture parties. And in an hour and a half, she sold 55 pieces, 60 pieces at the first party. She made $200 profit. And I was like, what? Like, that's a lot. That's in an hour and a half. That's a lot of money. And that's what I needed in a month. I needed $200 an extra month. That's what my goal was. So then I said, well, maybe that was a fluke. Like, let me watch 2 more of hers. I tortured her for like a month, asking all the questions, watching her parties, crashing her parties. And the second party, she made $150. The third party, she made $300 in an hour and a half, 2 hours. So looking at it just by numbers wise, I wasn't a huge jewelry lover, had never purchased a piece of paparazzi jewelry before. I I love jewelry a lot more now. And I wear it every day, whereas before I didn't. I'm more of a tomboy. I don't know, not a tomboy, just like not a girly girl kind of thing. All right. If they could get a hold of me, all these wonderful people here, they'd curl my hair and makeup. They've done it before. So anyway, so I was blown away. And looking at the other companies just wasn't comparable. And the fact that there's no sale quotas, like there was not going to add stress. I was already really busy. I'm short on time. I needed something efficient, something where I was going to make sales quickly. Angela told me, Angela was very honest. She is straight up. Like, you're not going to have the customer base I have in the first day. Like, you need to build it. So the other thing that I have going on is I have no females in my family besides one crazy aunt. Okay? Which I just realized is public. It'll be fine. But that's it. Like I have my aunt in California too. But that's it. And they're not huge jewelry people. So I have no sisters. My mom's not around, no grandmothers. So I knew like I wasn't gonna have anybody to sell to as I'm gonna pitch this to my family and friends and make money that way kind of thing. That wasn't gonna happen for me. So when you first sign up, you have like a launch party, like a celebration that you're doing this, like a huge deal. And at my launch, I used yard sale groups all over the country. And at my launch, I had people from everywhere at my launch party because I had advertised my business ahead of time before I even got my kit. So I like really hit the ground running. My launch party went really well. I begged my best friend to do my first like hosted party, which is all online. So when I say hosted party, like don't think it's this crazy thing that is really hard to do. It's really not. It's just a really simple concept. Like you show your jewelry to people and it's beautiful and it's $5 and it sells and you make 45% profit off of it. And like I said earlier, there's no sales quota, so there's no stress about it. As far as like not selling enough. It's just your own personal goals that you have. So just numbers wise, the whole thing made sense to me. I also really, really liked the way the company is set up. They don't force you to just grow a team like you might hear other direct sale companies tell you to do. Obviously that opportunity is out there. And as a teacher, I got my first teammate where I gained my first teammate from Texas. Again, I'm in Maine, from a yard sale site. After my best friend who I begged to host my first party joined, she joined from Texas and I was able to train her online and she's still around. In fact, she might be here today. If Jamie's here, say hi, Jamie. And it's changed her life too. So it's not like you're like forced to grow a team, but there's opportunity there to do that. And I really enjoy training my team too. So there's that avenue that I've pursued now as well. So yeah, was there anything else you wanted me to say, Angela? That's the gist of it, honestly. And I've just kind of grinded since then. And I could say that now from Paparazzi, I make, and you guys have to believe me. I am straight up, I am honest, but this is really, really hard to believe. And if Angela had ever told me in a million years this would ever be true, I would have never believed her. But my Paparazzi income now is double what I make as a teacher. How? I don't know. I've traveled around the country. I've visited 14 states because of Paparazzi. Never, ever. That wasn't even a goal. I was trying to make $200. I wasn't trying to travel the country. Like that wasn't, but I am. And I'm able to take Logan with me. Paparazzi just sent us on a trip on a cruise. And I get to take my husband and him with me for almost free. I could have had it free. I had it free my first time. I was so close. But the point is that like there's so much more to this.
Thank you.
Than even the numbers, but like I started because of that, because financially it made sense, efficient wise it made sense, time wise I could do it while watching Teen Mom on the couch and make $150 an hour. Like
right.
There's nothing better than that. And you're not risking anything huge. I don't like to lose money. I don't like to be scammed. Like that's not my thing, obviously. But I didn't want to lose money, but I didn't see a way that I was going to lose money in this situation. Like it's $100. We've spent $100 on clothes and shoes and ice cream.
I spend more than $100 when I go on a job interview and I want to look good. Well, right now I'm wearing pajama bottoms and slippers. You know,
At least you have
interview clothes for this.
So it's just, there's just low risk and it's fun and you gain friends. I have friends all over the country I would have never met, lifelong friends now.
Awesome.
If you don't get anything else out of it, at least you get that.
Yeah, a lot of them. All right, well, that's awesome. Thank you, Tara. You're definitely a great example of how you can work and have a young child and work your business and have fun doing it. Tara is a leader to a very large team, and she's very involved with them, and nothing else gets compromised in her life. It's awesome. Now, speaking of being a very busy mom with job, Sarah Gearhart. Wave, Sarah.
Hi, girls.
Hi, everyone. Sarah lives out in Washington State. She is an executive producer, which is the first stage into the elite status. So, Sarah, tell us about you, how you got into it, and give us some advice on how these people can manage a big family and lots of jobs and a busy life.
Absolutely. Angela likes to tell me that I don't really know how to relax because all I do is work. Like I can't just do one thing at a time. I have to do 5 things at a time. It's pretty normal. So I started in paparazzi 5.5 years ago. Angela introduced me at a party that she was hosting for someone. And she likes to tell the story that she almost didn't do the party because it wasn't very good attendance, but she's really glad she did because she got me out of it. So at the time I was a 911 dispatcher. I did that for about 15 years. And I was just looking for a way to make some extra cash to take my family on a vacation for spring break. And I saw the jewelry and I saw the huge potential in how easy it sells and how pretty it was. And I decided to give it a try. So I started with the $299 kit. In hindsight, I wish I had done the $499 because I ended up going to a convention. I would have got more jewelry and a free convention ticket, but that's, my mistake. But lesson learned. Hindsight's always 20/20. So when I first started paparazzi, it was before Facebook Live time, and I was working the graveyard shift. So I worked graveyard for about 10 years, and I have 4 kids. So Angela wanted me to speak today on how I manage doing my workload and still having a successful paparazzi business. And I like to think of it as we all have the same 24 hours in a day. It really just depends on your goals, on how much you want to sell, how many parties you need to have in order to make that amount of money, and prioritize your time. So I wanted to show you my calendar. I made a new pretty one. This is my May this year calendar. But look at previous calendars. They're a hot mess. But that's how I stay organized, guys. So I have to mark out my work schedule. I used to work 5 and 6 days a week on a graveyard shift, and now I work 2 days a week in an emergency room. Still long days. I still have to plan out my schedule, but paparazzi afforded me to leave that 60-hour-a-week job and now work 24 hours a week for medical benefits. So I literally plan out my schedule with my work schedule, and then I go, you have to be creative. You have to figure out what works for you. So when I was working graveyard shift, I would post, I would schedule posts for when normal people were awake. Angela and I used to have some fun chats with our time difference because she's East Coast and I'm West Coast. So 3 a.m. I'm trying to stay awake. She's just waking up and we would have our morning chats. But most people aren't going to be shopping for jewelry at 3 in the morning when I was able to post it. So I would schedule posts for normal times when people were awake. So you'd have to get creative and think outside the box. Right now, I work 12.5-hour days. I go live from my car on my lunch break, or I post pictures on my lunch break. So you just have to kind of get creative and figure out what's going to work for you. Let me see here. Yeah, that's the things I talked about. But paparazzi has literally changed my life, you guys. I once started just to make a little extra cash. Now paparazzi pays 2 of my car payments. It's allowed me to travel all over the world. I've been to the Dominican Republic. I've been to Cancun, the Bahamas. Like, that's just to name a few. I would have never guessed that when I first started with $5 jewelry that it could literally change my life. But I'm so glad that I did. And I hope that you guys enjoy this chance to hear a little bit about some people who've made that leap, and you can decide if that leap is the right thing for you.
Thank you, Sarah. You are such a valuable member of our team, and I love you. Now we have, I call her our resident cheerleader. She is everybody's cheerleader. She'll give you a kick in the butt if you need it, or she'll give you a big hug if you need that too. I think if she doesn't continue on with Paparazzi, she's going to be a motivational speaker, or maybe a little bit of both. But I want to introduce what I call her as Zippy Doodah, Zebra Wilkerson Beachboard. So Zippy, the stage is all yours.
Thank you. That was a great intro. I got a lot to stand up to now. But Angela reached out to me and asked me to talk about positivity. And I'm not going to look at the Facebook, but I want you to say something, even if you don't know for sure if it's true. I want you to say, I am a $500 seller. I sell $500 worth of jewelry. Even if you don't, I want you to say it. If you sell 500, say I'm 1,000 or whatever. I want you to say I am whatever it is you are wishing and hoping and wanting to be. I'm a big believer on I am. I feel like what you are today is going to get you to where you're going. And so if I am going to be a big leader of a big team, I speak it today. I show up as that person today. I don't wait till I arrive. You arrive today as the person you're wanting to be in the future. I don't know how long we've been in the house, but I've been in the house, you guys. I'm an extrovert, but I do like to be home. And I'm also real stubborn. When you tell me what to do, I don't want to do it. And I've been in the house, you guys. And Angela's like, I want you to talk about positivity. And I'm like, girl, let me tell you, okay. But the one thing I will tell you, you're going to have bad days. We all do. We all have an excuse. We all have a reason to be negative Nancy. We have an excuse to say, man, this negative chihuahua is biting my ankles and I'm going to let it keep on. Or you can be the positive poodle and say, I'm going to believe something good is coming from this. Or I can speak it. I am happy. I am going to have a fantastic day today. We are going to rock our businesses today. We're going to rock our motherhood struggles today. We're going to do it. And even through all the stuff we've had going on, I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I didn't say that. I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we've had a tornado. We've been in the house. You guys, struggles are real. Hashtag mom life and everything. But you know what? You have to choose to be happy. You have to choose to be positive. You have to choose to work with what you got. I could tell you lots of struggles I've overcame and things like that. Maybe that's why I'm good at trying to be positive, because I didn't want to stay in the negative. I didn't want to stay in the bad relationship. I didn't want to stay in the job I didn't like. I didn't want to stay just whatever it was. So I chose to be happy and go after it. And I feel like in this business, you really, really, really need to stay positive, because you are a light and an inspiration to somebody and you don't know it. They're not going to tell you, but you are. They're looking up to you, and you have the opportunity to just make somebody smile on a bad day. You could be telling a crazy joke on your Facebook Live and somebody just has a better day because you did that. It's those little things in life that make the happiness. Like, the big happiness is not from you won the lottery. No, it's the small little moments in your life are going to make you find the happiness. So start being happy and positive about everything. I am the person that would brag, I didn't sell no jewelry, but that's a 0 to the 100 I'm going to get one day, because I believed that it was coming for me. And I believed in myself. And I believed if I followed the right people, learned what I needed to learn, I would have success. I knew that. I wasn't going to stop. I was going to keep going until those zeros returned to tens. And then they turned into 100. And then I was able to quit my job that I didn't like because my sales covered those 2 days a week, because I believed in myself. And I feel like in this business, a lot of times people would get caught up in being negative, and that's life. It really is. But you can choose today, I'm going to be positive and I'm going to have a great day. And when somebody negative comes biting at your ankles, I don't advise you to kick them like you would the dog, but I want you to say, not today. I'm going to be positive and I'm going to keep on going, because I will tell you, when you're positive, those negative people typically will leave you. They will leave you alone, because who wants to hang around positive poodle all the time except positive people? And then your circle and your tribe will be there for you. And so that's what I guess I was here to talk about. But I'm a big believer in never giving up, ever, ever. I love Paparazzi so much. I really do. It is about you and what your goals are, not about somebody else. And I just feel like anyone can do this, anyone. But you have to try and put in that work, and you have to hustle your face off towards your goals, not mine, your goals. And so I don't know, is there any other thing I need to cover?
Well, I just felt the natural lead into that is, you know, in today's world, in this pandemic, you know, there are so many people who are uncertain and not feeling that positivity right now. And what I love about what we're doing is we're bringing positivity and fun and laughter and light into their homes with our live sales. You know, we're able to bring that into their homes, where normally they'd be watching the news, which is not always happy, or even scrolling through Facebook and seeing different opinions and different, you know, I love being something fun in their feed.
Yes. And I do believe it's about being fun, being you, and being able to share that with the world. And that's funny, because I don't know if my camera matches your camera, but this one right here beside me.
You're next to Tara on my screen.
Oh, well, the one with the sparkly hat, Steph Baker. In my dark day. Yeah, that one. When I was struggling, y'all, I'm serious, I would celebrate those zeros because I would not believe it would not work for me. I've been in the business 3 years. I didn't believe it. I was not going to believe it. I wasn't owning that at all. I just refused to. And I reached out to my papa's sister, Steph Baker, and she just had kind words and inspiration. And I saw she was similar to me, and that inspired me. She won. She succeeded. She did it. So I could do it too. And it just fueled my believing in myself, because I found someone I could relate to. And she has her viewers call her the Dory moment. So does her team, all them Dory moments.
You're unmuted, Steph.
I love you, Zippy. Thank you.
I love you. But seeing someone similar to you just inspires you that you can do it too. And I guarantee you, if you think you can't, someone just like you has done it and doing it and winning. It's all about you choosing never to give up and believing in yourself that this opportunity is for you too, just like everybody else.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Zip. Okay, so next up we have Gloria Bruno Hood. She is amazing. She just hit Premier Producer a few months, is it last month, Gloria, or was it the month before?
February.
Premier Producer is one rank away from Elite. Elite is kind of like the gold standard that everybody wants to be, okay? So I think she's very, very close to getting that. Maybe next month, Gloria, could be your month. I don't know.
We're working on it.
Yeah, she's incredible. She's built herself quite the team and quite the customer base. And so she's going to talk about different ways to make money And she's also going to talk about some things that she has overcome in her time with paparazzi. So this floor is yours, my girl.
Well, I'm sure that we all love paparazzi or we wouldn't be here, just like Zipporah said. I did not realize how much I loved paparazzi until I joined paparazzi. Paparazzi, there are many ways you can sell it. Angela mentioned some of them at the beginning, but you know, I like to talk to my team about like 5 streams of income, and I try to do 5 different streams of income just on Facebook alone. When I first started this, I really didn't have a whole lot of friends. I didn't know a whole lot of people. I was kind of in the same situation Tara was in when she joined. She didn't know anybody, but thank goodness for Facebook Live. I have met so many people through doing lives and all over the country. It has been an amazing adventure. But when I talk about the 5 different streams of income, I'm talking about going live. I'm talking about doing wall drops. A wall drop is where you just basically post some pictures on your Facebook page and you sell from that. I also do what I call back office pre-sales. That is when you don't have the inventory in stock, but you go and you take pictures from the back office and you post them. And as soon as I get, say, 10 items that they want to order, I go and place that order right away. There's nothing better than when you get a box of jewelry and you open it up and you know it's already all sold. So that's one way. I also do pre-claims, which is if I go on today, because every day paparazzi releases new jewelry every day, Monday through Friday. Every day I buy new jewelry. So after I buy my jewelry, I go on and I post 3 or 4 pictures of things that I just purchased in the back office, and I do a claim now, pay later. So that's 4 different ways I do it on Facebook, and I also host parties on Facebook in a separate group. So that is 5 separate ways just to sell paparazzi on Facebook. I will tell you that the 2 biggest regrets I have is I didn't join sooner, because before I bought my first piece of paparazzi, I had seen paparazzi 2 years prior. I joined in 2017 in May, so this coming May will be my 3rd year anniversary. 2 years prior to that, in 2015, I had seen paparazzi, and the first thought that went through my head, because my former life, before I was a teacher, I was a pawnbroker. And we also had like a jewelry store inside the pawn shop. And the first thing that went inside my head was, what kind of jewelry is this for $5, and why are people going to buy it? Well, when I got my first piece of jewelry, I was so amazed at the quality and just how beautiful it was. And my dad, who is a jewelry dealer, he says, I don't understand how they can make this for $5. I don't understand it. And I said, Dad, they don't make it for $5. They're selling it to us at a discounted rate of $2.75. So we're making 45% on that $5. He could not believe it. So biggest regret, not joining sooner, because God only knows where I could be right now, and not buying the bigger kit. That really slowed me down, because from day one, when I went live on Facebook, because my first launch party was a live, never had gone live before, was terrified and scared to death. I'm a little bigger. I'm a big girl, okay? So my self-esteem was never where it really needed to be in my whole entire life until I got involved in paparazzi. I used to be very introverted. I didn't even really like to venture out much or talk to people. Paparazzi has truly, truly changed my life. And it's so much more than the $5 jewelry that we are selling. It becomes a sisterhood. It becomes I can't even explain what it becomes when you've got customers who are checking on you, because you become very much, you make connections with people and you're building relationships that you would have never built before if it had not been for this company and this organization. So my self-esteem has skyrocketed. I'm not afraid to talk to people like I used to be afraid to talk to. I've gone on trips. Angela hosted a leadership retreat for her team members last year, and that is something I would have never done, going someplace where I don't know not one single soul. And that truly changed how I feel and how I interact with people. A lot of the time at that house, I was in my room a lot because I am shy, believe it or not, but it has brought me out of that shell. So I will tell you that it was the best $99 I ever spent, because you can't buy self-esteem, you can't buy self-worth, and you can't buy self-value. But that $99 I spent, what it did for my psyche is it's priceless. It is absolutely priceless. So that's, there's different ways to sell it. Don't be afraid if you don't know anybody. I promise you, I know hundreds of people now because of Paparazzi. And I think it's something that even if you have just a little thought running through your head, hey, maybe I could do this, then that's your message that somebody's trying to tell you that you need to be doing it.
You're gonna make me cry. Your last comment. It's true. I never even, I didn't care about friendships. That never crossed my mind. I had very self-esteem, always have, very low self-confidence, and it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing what this company and your teammates can do for you that you never in a million years would have expected. So I completely agree with you, Gloria. I've had the same feeling, and I know that Karina can also relate to the things that you were just talking about. So she's going to follow up to those sentiments as well, and talk about being a single mom and how to rock sales, increase your confidence, and change your life. So the stage is yours, Karina.
Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. My name is Karina. I am a consultant with Paparazzi. I am the leader of the Diamond Dynasty. This year, I hit Life of the Party Diamond, and I am almost getting there at a producer rank with Paparazzi. Hopefully, we'll get there this month. So my story is about being a single parent and time management, and basically my journey and how it's completely changed my life. I know a lot of you here could probably relate to being a parent and how crazy it could be. And you're saying to yourself, well, I have baseball schedules and football schedules and school schedules and play schedules, and I'm there. I'm like the mom, the head character from Bad Moms, where I'm getting in my car and rushing to the next event while drinking my coffee and eating. And I'm that mom, and I still do it. I have been a consultant for 2 years. In 2017, I went through a very emotional breakup with my significant other. We have 2 children together, and I was faced with being a single parent. And I have 2 boys. At that time, they were 8 and 6 years old. So a lot of energy, a lot of craziness going on. They are extremely involved in pretty much every sport you can think of. They're year-round wrestlers. They do travel baseball through 3 seasons. I have my hands full. And we do the homework thing. And so at night, when it's time for bed, that's when the magic starts, right down here in my bling room. So I was faced with getting a second job when I became a single parent. And I was working 45 to 50 hours a week. And I'm in healthcare, and I couldn't make things meet. I was to the point where I would get a birthday party invitation for one of the kids, and I would cry because I knew they wanted to go so bad, but I couldn't afford to buy a gift for the child to send my kids with. So I said, you know what? I can't continue this way. I can't continue living paycheck to paycheck and stressing out over money. I'm going to have to get a second job. So I was faced with getting a second job away from my family and missing more than what I was already missing, or taking a chance at Paparazzi. I have a very, very bad sensitivity issue to costume jewelry. I bought my first piece of jewelry and I said, oh, this is going to be a nightmare. I'm going to have another reaction. And I didn't. And instantly I fell in love. My inner diva came out of me, and with that one piece of jewelry, felt amazing. It was a great pair of earrings. I still have them to this day. So for my birthday that year in March, I was given a gift card for $100. I used that gift card to change my life. I signed up with a $99 kit. I would have absolutely signed up with a bigger kit, but I didn't have the financial means to do it. I got my kit. I was so excited. I didn't even really promote my first live. I added every person that was on my friends list from Facebook into my group. I sold every single piece of jewelry the first time I went live. And the profit that I made, I was like, wow, I could do this. I instantly got confidence and I reinvested that money and I just kept going, going, going. I currently now, it was 2 years in March that I've been signed up with Paparazzi. I have an inventory of about roughly 8,000 to 10,000 pieces of jewelry. I have a wonderful team under me. People stop me on the streets like I'm a celebrity saying, oh my gosh, I saw your jewelry live the other day. My one son gets a little bit embarrassed once in a while, but my other son thinks I'm also a celebrity. He tells his friends I'm famous. So I was at the darkest point of my life where I didn't know how to financially provide for my children. My self-esteem was at the lowest point ever. It was a very emotionally abusive relationship I was in. And that one pair of earrings that I was able to put on ultimately changed it all for me. To this day, I said to Angela, I said to a couple of the people that are on the panel today, I'm so nervous to go live and talk about this because I'm so emotional over what this company has done for me. It has truly, truly changed my life. I'm going to cry, guys. And it's given me an opportunity to do things I've never done. And I never thought I'd be able to. So if you think you can't do it, you can. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now I'm crying, guys. Got me all emotional.
You're not,
But
not only can you do it, you're doing it. You're doing it, and you're doing it even better and better as days go on. I mean, you're only just getting started, Karina.
yeah.
And not only that,
Yeah.
but you're giving that confidence to other people that are on your team.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And if I could change one person from saying they can't do it to they can do it the way I was changed, I'd be a happy person at the end of the day because it's been life-changing for me.
well, you are loved and a very valued member of our team.
Thank you, guys.
Well, next up, we have the beautiful Tammy McGregor. She's going to kind of follow up on what Karina was just talking about. Tammy is life of the party diamond, which I could go on about what life of the party means, but let's just say diamond is insane sales, and she's insane. She's an amazing, amazing salesperson. And she's got quite the story. So Tammy, if you could talk a little bit about yourself and what you're doing and where you're going, that would be great.
I can do that. Thank you, Angela. Karina, thank you for setting the tone for my story. I love you. I'm Tammy McGregor, and I'm from Harpswell, Maine. I have been with Paparazzi for 2 years. I too am going to get extremely emotional because every time I tell my story, I can't help it. And 2 years later, I think it's even what this company has done for me personally and my family is just amazing. I am here to tell you that 11 years ago, I was diagnosed with chronic Lyme disease, and it changed my life forever. I had to resign from my career. I have been in so many types of treatments and trying to get my life back. I can't even tell you, but I was never able to go back to work full time. 4 years ago, I had an extremely bad flare-up where I was paralyzed, Bell's palsy, and was in 2 years of treatments. I was unable to work at all. We had drained our savings because my treatments were so expensive, and I'm just watching my husband work. I can't do anything. I was a shell of a person, and I said, I have to find a job that I can work from home. It was a necessity, and I had been looking and looking and looking and looking. My dear best friend had been watching a paparazzi consultant for a couple of months, and she said to me one day, you can do this. You can sell this jewelry. And I love jewelry. I've always loved jewelry. I'm like, I can't go live. There's no way I can go live. I can't do that. So I was desperate. I had zero money. My mom and my best friend loaned me the money to buy my starter kit. I sold all of my starter kit within probably 3 days. Fast forward 7 months into my business, I was selling jewelry like crazy. I was able to financially support and pay for all of my biweekly treatments. I was able to, Christmas had rolled around at that time. I was able to buy all of our Christmas presents for a family of 20. I had, the list goes on and on of the things I was financially able to afford. But I was still working and creating and building my business while I was in biweekly treatments. And some days I can't even function, like literally can't function, but there's so much you can do from your computer, from your phone, whether you're laying on the couch or you're laying in bed or you're on your way to your treatment or on your way back. I was able to build and am building an extremely successful business. And I think that you say, well, what is successful? Well, I want to just drop a few numbers because it's going to blow your mind when I tell you what I was able to do with basically half a body. I have a lot of neurological deficit from the Lyme disease. I have a lot of physical deficit, but I'm still able to do this. My first year I hit Life of the Party Diamond, which meant I had sold 17,500 pieces of jewelry. Okay, I did that. I'm proud that I did that. I worked my butt off and I did it. My income was almost $89,000 of sales. My profit was almost $40,000 my very first year with Paparazzi. That is mind-blowing to me that I did that with a disability, okay? If I can do it, you can do it. And that does not even include my commissions for building a team. I did not join Paparazzi ever thinking I would ever have a team. 2 years later, I have 54 lovely women that are on my team that I'm earning a commission on, and that's totally, totally separate. Okay, so people, you can, if you want something bad enough, you can scrape together that money to start buy your starter kit. You can go through your house, you can find things that you can put on a yard sale site and scrape up $99. You can put your pride aside and you can ask a family member to do that. My mom and my best friend did that for me. You can make it happen. You can do it. I'm proof that you can do it. It can be done. I am changing. I just hit 1,000 members in my shopping group, which is unbelievable. I have 1,000 women that I love, that I have created a friendship with, that I am spreading positivity and love in that group every single day. This is changing the world $5 at a time. Paparazzi brought hope back into my life, and I want to give that hope back to somebody else.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
There we go. Thank you so much, Tammy. We
You're
just love
welcome.
having you on the team. You're so inspiring. Guys, Tammy is just such a positive, happy, loving person who just brings such light and love with her customers, with her teammates, and with her bigger team into Angela's Angels. She participates in all the contests. She is the first person. It's such a blessing. We may be a blessing to her, but she is certainly a blessing to us. So thank you, Tammy.
Thank you.
Next up, I want to speak with you all about Christine Zanke. Hi, Christine.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
Christine is my personally sponsored. She signed up a few months back, so we wanted to kind of get the insight from a new person. A lot of us have been around the block for a while, and sometimes it's hard to remember what it's like to be new. So we kind of wanted Christine to be here to chat about that and about what it's done for you in the past few months since you started.
Well, I feel like I'm not worthy to be amongst the greats here, but I've actually learned some more things that I are going to fine tune with my company with doing this. So I appreciate everyone's story. It really has been inspiring. So my name is Christine Zenke. I am living in Wake Forest, North Carolina. I've been doing paparazzi for only 8 months, and it has been truly a blessing. I am actually signed up underneath Angela, of course, and met her actually 2 years ago. Our sons play baseball, and she always looked fabulous. And I am a jock, and as you could see, I'm just me. I'm not wearing makeup every day. I am not the glam. And she gave me a Mom's Day bracelet. That was my first paparazzi, and I was like, she just wanted to give it to me. She didn't know me just from baseball, and that turned my life around. That Mother's Day bracelet, I probably should have had it on. And I was like, I can't take this. It looked expensive. And she's like, no, trust me, it's a gift. I want you to have it. And took me almost a year to sign up underneath paparazzi because I have tried things in the past. I have tried Tupperware, where I've spent more money buying catalogs and order forms, and the catalogs change every month, so you always got to buy. Here, the only thing I purchase if I want to is my $275 jewelry. And I'll tell you, not only has Angela been a blessing, this coronavirus in a strange way has been a blessing to me and my family, because for 20 minutes a night, one of the other girls gave me a challenge to go 10 days, 10 minutes a day. Well, I can't just talk for 10 minutes, although I'm going to keep it to 10 minutes right now. And I could not believe in less than 20 minutes, I was selling an average of 4 pieces. To this day, and I've been going for over, I think, 30 days now, it's supposed to be 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes, I average at least 4 pieces a night. I work at Hobby Lobby part-time. I don't know if I'm going to go back to Hobby Lobby because I am making more just doing my 20 minutes a night in 1 week's time than I was making 2 weeks working at Hobby Lobby. I don't think I'm going back because I am putting more effort into paparazzi, which is not a lot. I heard Zepp say that, it is up to you what you put in. I'm thinking of really diving in, and I want to make 6 figures. You told people to put out a number. I want to be a 6-figure person. I was just content with doing what I do in my spare time. I know I can make it within a year. I was in it for 5 months and 6 months, and I got to go on a cruise with some wonderful paparazzi ladies, and they are just so inspiring. Some people do have other jobs than just paparazzi, and they do this on the side, but most of the people I met, this is their job. And what they put into it is what they reap. And one of the things that I would say is be yourself. I could see there is a lot of glam paparazzi people. That's not me. And that's not how I sell. And it works for me. I was getting very dressed up at the beginning, and I sold, but I wasn't comfortable. Now especially since quarantine, I'm mostly in a t-shirt, but I show you how to dress up just a t-shirt and jeans. Like right now, I just have, my gunmetal stuff on. But you could be just who you want to be. And what I just learned from one of the other girls was, if you're not a live person, I didn't think I was, but apparently I do. I love to talk. You could just post pictures. You could just do some of the things other than going live. This is for everyone. You may think that it's not for you, but it is. And I love also the fact, like I said, I did other sales. Whether you're just beginning or whether you've been in it for 6 years and you're a diamond, elite, rock star, I'm making the same commission as these other ladies. So it is up to me, and it's up to you, that if you have the ambition or if you just want to do this 20 minutes a night, that's up to you, and you'll be able to rock it. And one other thing that I do want to say, when I did join, things were really bad. My husband wasn't working, and we were really tight on monies, and working part-time at Hobby Lobby was not paying the bills. I actually didn't pay my electric bill, and I spent $99 on this kit because I just went all in. Would I have loved to have gotten the $2.99 or the $4.99? Yes, I wish I could have, but that $99, I sold basically the whole kit my reveal of my opening night. So it paid back that $99 immediately plus more. And I have not put anything else into this. I have just been using the money to buy jewelry when I want, with just the monies I sell. So it is just that initial fee, and I got that back that night. So I hope that these ladies are an inspiration to you and the gentleman that's going to speak. And again, if you have any questions at the end, if you want to talk to a newbie or the professionals, please reach out to us, because anyone could do this. Thank you so much. I love all of you. Please be blessed and be a blessing to someone else.
Oh, sorry. Thank you so much, Christine. It is such an honor to be your friend and your personal sponsor and your neighbor. You just took this opportunity and you ran with it. You flew with it. And to go from needing to use my house to, because you don't have Wi-Fi and you don't have displays and et cetera, to now look at you. Look at you. You have a full-on setup, and you were able to afford to buy Wi-Fi because of Paparazzi. She is the epitome of growing little by little, starting with nothing and growing as her finances grow. So she is a great testimony to being new and growing as you're able. So very proud of you, Christine. And now I want to take a break before we get to Randy. That man who looks dang good in pink. I gotta say, you are rocking the pink. Guys, we have a lot of people. I'm getting messages that people are wanting to sign up right now. So please, if you know who your sponsor is, go sign up and let us know in the thread. And if you do, let us know. We're going to ring the bell. We're going to have these bells that we're going to ring for you and introduce you and shout it out loud, okay? Oh, see, so unmute Steph. Unmute Randy. Got him? Bell. Get your bell, Randy. Get your bell, Steph. Bring it.
We need more cowbell.
Bring it. All right, so that's what's going to happen. So let us know when you sign up, and so we can ring the bell and announce you, and we can all cheer. So yeah, okay. So with that being said, we have the handsome Randy Lasante, who is not actually on Angela's Angels. He's actually on a sister, or shall I say, brother team. He's on another leader's team. He's not mine. I'm very sad about that. That's but he is the perfect example of our mission statement. He really represents the brand well. He reaches out.
Got one.
And dynamic. You got it, Steph?
You got one.
Okay.
We got one.
All right.
We got to sign up.
We got to ring that. Who is it?
It went. The comment went away. I think it's Karina's.
Who?
All right, Karina.
Karina.
What's your name? Who are we ringing the bell for?
Polly Copeland.
Yay, Polly?
Polly.
Yay, Polly, welcome to the family. We're gonna have your sponsor shout you out in our team page as soon as this live is over. Yay! Please let us know if you sign up so we can ring the bell and give you a shout out. Okay, so Randy is amazing. I adore him. I said to him, look, we have guys on the team. I can think of no better guy than you to represent the men. So please introduce yourself and tell us all about you and how you rock the business from a male perspective.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you, Angela. My name is Randy Lasante. My husband and I live just south of Atlanta, Georgia, about 30 miles out of the country. I've been with Paparazzi now for 20 months. When I joined, it was a random fluke thing. I had a friend from high school who I saw live on Facebook, joined her live. There weren't many people on there. I invited some of my friends and women friends from Facebook to try to help her out because I'm an entrepreneur. And what I realized after 2 or 3 weeks is we continued to go into her live to watch, and I let my mother buy jewelry and send the invoice to me. And I went to Johnny, my husband, I said, I think about after 3 weeks that I'm like, you know, this looks fun. This looks like it'd be something real fun to do. A couple nights a week, you know, we own a pet grooming salon, so I've got a full-time gig. I just wanted something to do at night a couple times a week from a social standpoint on social media. So I joined Labor Day weekend, got the business rocking, kind of felt comfortable come December, January about what I was doing with my lives, how I invoice, you know, how I do my shows, my wall drops. January, after talking to Johnny, I decided I wanted to go and show other people the opportunity and started going and getting business partners. So by the end of February, I had triple ranked and didn't even know what any of that meant, to be honest with y'all. Didn't even know what ranking was. I was still trying to figure out the business until my upline called and said, you're about to triple rank, you know, type thing. And I just was having fun and spreading the opportunity, enjoying doing the live shows. And you've heard many people here talk about it as well. You just build these new relationships with people you've never met. You know, it's like a brother sisterhood, not only within Paparazzi, but the people that join your shows. Like you generally end up with a true relationship with these people, although you've never met most of them. You know, you have something in common, which is the jewelry. You know, and I was nervous going into it, y'all, because I was like, okay, I'm a guy. I don't know anything about jewelry. I owned one silver sterling necklace in my entire wardrobe of jewelry. But what I quickly realized after watching people was it's gorgeous $5 jewelry. Like, I didn't feel like I needed to sell this jewelry. Paparazzi Jewelry sells itself. I'm just the person who brings it to my customers. I'm just that kind of liaison in between. So that's what I found real easy about it. And it does sell itself. So I think it was about, I guess it was about last fall, somewhere in there, where I went to Johnny and said, we are outgrowing. This is a huge bonus room. I had a pegboard out back of me. And we kind of had outgrown it. So Johnny turned this entire vault and got involved with the business with me as well. So I say all that for a couple of reasons. If you're a guy and you don't think you can rock this business, I'm here to tell you there's myself and many other gentlemen in this organization that rock this business. And there's a lot of women that actually shop with me that tell me they actually enjoy shopping with a guy. Sorry, women. Sorry, ladies. You know, but there's something about a guy selling jewelry that they really enjoy. So it's a lot of fun. Anyone can rock this, male or female. But what happened for Johnny and I is it got Johnny involved in the business. Like he was very supportive of the business. When he saw it starting to get larger is when we sat down and turned this entire bonus room, which is over a 3-car garage, into the Royal Vault. You know, and we do well in sales. But Johnny then became a business partner. I call Paparazzi. Johnny's been added to the business, and Johnny can purchase on my behalf as well. You know, so Johnny and I now have another business together because we both enjoy rocking the shows, doing the wall drops, and doing it as a team. So if you're interested in doing this, the guy, I'm here to tell you it can be done, and it is done every single day. But if you may be a spouse of a paparazzi consultant and you're wondering how you can support your spouse, exactly like Johnny did. Like, I'm not good with building shelves. I'm not good with chandeliers. I don't know any of that stuff. I probably should, but Johnny is great with doing the pegboards. You know, he's got all of our inventory on Shopify. Like, you can support your spouse in this business by helping them with shipping and packaging, you know, and doing inventories. A lot of things you can do to support your significant other in this. So I say that because it was kind of two-tier for me. If you're a gentleman who wants to rock this business and make some great money doing it, and you've heard many people say it, right? Everyone's results are going to be different. It didn't happen overnight. But when I joined, I'm kind of an all-in or all-out kind of guy. So I joined with a $500 kit because I knew I wanted to go to convention. And I figured if I don't enjoy this, we end up going to Vegas every year anyway. I got a ticket to, you know, I'm just going to go to Vegas. But we were kind of all in. And I advertised myself nonstop for 4 weeks before I went live and sold 45 pieces of my first live. You know, so I was fortunate that I've got a following and I've got a lot of ladies friends from the salon, but I would have sold out of the kit, my small kit. So, you know, but there's many people, and you've heard it right here, there are elites that have joined this organization on the $99 kit. So it's not the size kit you get, it's the drive you have to actually do it and to be successful. So that is my story.
Well, thank you, Randy. Thank you so much. And again, you know, I love that the fact that we're not on the same team, but we all are on the same team. You know, we're just one big happy family. It doesn't matter what leg you're under or you know, who your sponsor is. I mean, there's no competition. It's just a really, what's awesome is that everybody has different inventory. So, you know, I've heard a lot of people say, well, I don't really want to sign up because I have 17 people in my small little town selling paparazzi. Well, you know what? I have a ton of people in my town selling paparazzi, and most people that I've spoken to around here have never heard of it. And if they have, I have entirely different stuff than somebody else does because the inventory changes every single day. I might have a lot of, you know, dainty little things, while Steph Baker clearly has a whole lot of colorful wood stuff, which I don't. I mean, everybody has different stuff. It's always changing, so it's always really fun. So I don't feel any kind of competition whatsoever from any paparazzi brother or sister, whether they're on our team or somebody else's, okay? I want to then now turn the microphone over to a consultant who has a very special place in my heart. This person has overcome hell. She has everything that's in her life right now. She has seriously, completely created all on her own. She's got from no help from anybody. She is strong and compassionate and passionate and a very hard worker, and I wish she saw in herself what I and everybody else sees in her.
Ever ring the bell?
So I would like to introduce you all to my lovely Steph Baker. She is the leader of Steph's Sassy Sisters and Mistas. So the stage is all yours, beautiful.
Didn't want you to start off making my bell. Okay. This bell I ring every live when I have a new customer, and we've been ringing it all the time, just letting you know. Okay, so yes, I think Angela saved me for last because she's probably like, okay, everybody's gone now, so now Steph can just be her hot mess self and nobody's gonna listen. So yes, I'm last. I see all my customers here. I'm so happy. My teammates, everybody's here. I think probably the biggest inspiration I can give you guys is, and it's not to sound selfish, but it's just to share about me and how I got here, because I know for a fact that there's tons of you out there, and I'm not even sure where to look when I'm on my computer, but I know there's tons of you out there who share my similar struggles, who share insecurities, who share a lot of this kind of stuff. So I think the best thing for me to do is to tell you guys that a little bit about my hot mess self, to make you realize that yes, even a hot mess can become an elite consultant. So I've been in the company 4 years. I'm from New Hampshire. I live in Nashua, New Hampshire. I am an elite fashionista. Okay, so that's pretty awesome, I must say. And if you had asked me 4 years ago, would I be here? I would have said no. I used to watch my sponsor, Angela, and I was like in awe of her. And when we talk about celebrity, she was a celebrity to me. And all I wanted to do was be like her. So I'm still chasing her. I haven't caught her yet, but I'm still chasing. But I molded myself after her. I wanted to be just like what she did. Anyways, I will be completely sidetracked through this whole thing because I don't write things down. I just speak from my heart. This is what I do. I have a team of 1,043 people. Of course, not all of them are actively working anymore, but I have 96 personally signed up with me. Okay, now that people might say, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? People came to me. Honestly, I will tell you, I didn't put a lot of work into recruiting people. People came to me. People see what you have. People see the joy you have. People see how easily you sell the jewelry, and they want to be a part of it. So that's my story about that. But the biggest thing I want to say to you guys is I know, and I see some of your names right here, you have all these reasons why you can't, or you've got to wait, or you can't. So you're, let's say you're on disability, you're on government assistance, you have no self-confidence, you have low self-esteem, you have a jerk husband who doesn't support you, whatever it is. I've had all those things, okay? Now listen, I started this company on disability. I started this company on food stamps. I started this company with zero self-esteem, zero self-confidence. Now I know this is public, so I have to be a little careful what I say, but I came out of a narcissistic, so Tammy, or was it Karina, I'm sorry, I relate to your story. I came out of a very emotionally traumatic relationship. And when I started this business, this person didn't believe at all in this company. And all I heard in my ear, oh, that's a scam. That's a, you know, that's not real. That's a pyramid scheme. You're falling for this thing that's never going to make you money. You're so gullible, like blah, blah, blah. I heard all that stuff. So part of what drove me to really dive in head first was kind of like a in your face, I'll show you. Now, I didn't know that I was right. I didn't know anything about paparazzi. The night, and I say, Angela, I was like a dream consultant. Can I just say, because now that I'm a consultant, if I had a me sign up with never hurting paparazzi, I'd be so happy. Like, I had never heard of paparazzi in my entire life. Never had a piece, never heard of it, never saw it. And I signed up within the first, hour, maybe 2 hours. Angela was my, was the consultant at the party. Like, I'm like, that's a dream. She didn't have to coerce me, force me, talk me into it, nothing like that. So anyways, that's what happened. I got invited to an online party. Didn't want anything to do with it, but I signed up. I'm like, all right, let me check it. I don't mean sign up. I went to the party, checked it out. And I was addicted in 30 seconds. I was probably like sold to 100 different things. And I'm like, what is happening? I probably just spent $500. But she messaged me because in true Stephanie form, I was my hot self mess during that party. And already in the beginning, I couldn't figure out how to do the roll call. I was like all over the place. And she messaged me and was like, oh my gosh, girl, you're killing me. You're a riot. You would be so good at this. And I'm like, me? No. You know, I had never done direct sales. I had never sold anything. I was a nurse. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 27 years. I am not currently. I'll just tell you a bit about that. But I had never had a clue. I mean, I was the kid who sold candy bars, you know, in middle school, but ate them all and then had to try to find the money to replace. So that was my story. So I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So I signed up. I woke up the next morning and I'm like, what the heck did I just do? I was so scared. Now, let me back up. I told you I'll be all over the place. Let me back up. How many years ago now? 2012, I think. I had an accident. I fell down a full flight of stairs. So I relate to a lot of these gals. Tammy, I relate to you with some of your cognitive issues, memory issues. It's a real story. Fell down a full flight of stairs, was knocked out at the bottom on a concrete landing. I had a legit brain trauma, a legit brain injury. I lost my nursing career. I was never able to go back to be a nurse again after that day. I suffered from memory issues, cognitive issues, scatterbrainness. Like, I was a blonde pre-accident, but then I was like a blonde on steroids post-accident. Like, everything that I maybe suffered from a little bit was magnified. So we joke, my customers, they call me Dory. I call them my Dory divas, but it's true story. I mean, I legitimately have memory issues, but we make it work. I'm doing a training later tonight in a big group with lots of people. And what I'm going to term that training is making your flaws fabulous, because I believe that what might be self-perceived flaws or even other things that people perceive as flaws, you can make them work for you and you can make them fabulous. Yes, I am you know, a mess most of the time. And opposite, like you heard Tara at the beginning, she's all about numbers and she's organized and she's this. I'm the opposite. If you ever came to my house, my bling room, you'd know, but I make it work. I somehow survive and thrive in that chaos, but that's just how I work. So my goal is to make you guys see you don't have to be one way or the other. Like, I relate to each of these gals in a different way. I see a piece of me in each of them. And I'm sure we all see that about each other. There's a piece of us in everybody, but we don't have to be. I don't have to be Randy, or I don't have to be Angela. I don't have to do things exactly the way Karina does or whatever, but yet I can do it my way and I can make it work. So yes, I was on disability because of that accident. I was on food stamps. I was living in a little 2-bedroom apartment when I started Paparazzi. And I became an elite consultant in that little 2-bedroom apartment. So I know people think, oh, you have to have this grand setup. You have to have all of this stuff. No, you don't. Guess where I worked? Guess where I became an elite consultant from? My couch and a coffee table. That's all I had. And I had a broom closet where I would pack up all the boxes and shove them in there. Polly knows, my girl used to come to that house. And I would sit on my couch, and that's where I do my parties. Back then we didn't have Facebook Live, so we did everything. I'm an old schooler, 4 years. We did everything old school. Picture parties, sit on my couch 3, 4, 5 hours a night, posting pictures, playing games, having fun. And guess what, guys? I have my phone and I did it everywhere. I'm not gonna lie. I used to work in church. I used to work in the grocery store, at the stoplights. I mean, anywhere I had my phone, I would be posting pictures. I would be interacting with people. Like, that's how it worked for me. And people ask me, how did you get to where you are? Simply by doing parties. That's what I did. I got the very first party I did, I believe, was a girl who was from New Hampshire but lived in North Carolina. And so all of a sudden that started that connection. A huge part of my team and my customer base is in North Carolina. And that's because of that first party I had from that girl who had connections both here in New Hampshire and North Carolina. And then that started opening the door. Then I booked a party or two from that party, opened the door wider, booked a party, the next one. And that is exactly how you spread. And it's like a snowball. Parties are like snowballs. They just get bigger. They build your customer base bigger. Sorry, I'm trying not to read comments. So that is the basic of my story. Like I said, I'm not going to say it was all because of that relationship, but I seriously had no self-esteem. I was extremely self-conscious. I still battle with these things, okay? But I pushed through them. So when it came time to going live, you guys think you see me now, I'm all, oh, she's fine. No, I wasn't. Angela will tell you, I was mortified, petrified, sick to my stomach, nauseous, had to have wine. Very, very nervous to do it, but I did it. And I just determined right from the beginning that I had no idea if this would work for me. I had no idea if I would be successful at this, but I was going to give it my all. Right from day one, I knew I didn't know what I was doing, but I'm going to follow everybody. I'm going to do every contest, every challenge. I'm going to pour my heart and soul into it. And I became the first of several things on Angela's team. I became the first Life of the Party Gold. I became the first to hit Crown Club 25. I became the first to hit certain ranks. And I'm like, why? This is easy. You know, this is easy. Everybody should be doing this, but everybody can do it. It really is just about how badly that you want it. So I know I had a lot more I was going to say, but I guess the moral of my story is, if you don't believe in yourself, you will eventually, because I didn't. I do now. I didn't believe in myself. I felt like I was never good enough. I could never be good enough to do this. I always felt like people would be judging me for different things. So that's some deep insecurities I suffer from, deep insecurities. Go back to childhood, but you can push through it. And I will just say this, a lot of people look at life circumstances and they let them stand in their way. So I look at it as like this, if you want to look at it as like the yellow brick road in the Wizard of Oz. So you're trying to get to the wizard or whatever, right? And then as you're walking along, you got all these obstacles plopping, right? You've got a sick child, you've got a jerk husband, you've got, you know, whatever it might be. For me, the biggest obstacle in my path was the death of my mother this year. And I told myself I wasn't going to cry, but I'm sorry, I got through that. And if I look back now, if I look back one day and I say, how did I ever continue to work this business, losing my heart? Sorry, I don't want to cry. But anyways, my point is, whatever your struggle is, if you reach deep inside yourself, you have so much more strength than you can imagine. So you have to find whatever that motivation is for you to make you keep going. I know my mom would kill me if I ever quit. And actually, honestly, in 4 years, I have never let the word I quit come into my head, never one time, no matter what tragedy, no matter what life crap dealt me. I've never said I would quit, ever, because I won't. I just can't. And I'm not that kind of person who's normally driven. I'm lazy. I'm a procrastinator. You know, I'm not a driven person by nature, but I am driven in Paparazzi because I believe in this company. I've seen it. It has changed my life. I'm no longer on disability. I am close to making 5 figures a month in commission. That's crazy. When before I was on food stamps. So this is real. It's a real thing. And I'm just telling you that I know a lot of you are procrastinating joining. I don't blame you, but give it a chance because it can change your life, because it certainly has changed mine and everybody else up here. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
One thing that I love is that you had a hard time, you know, days, weeks after your mom passed, but when you started going live, when you had to force yourself to go live, I think you found it to be a very positive distraction for you. It helped you move past those feelings that were just overwhelming you, right? Right.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I use that as a motivation for me to just
yeah.
The first live was very hard. I won't lie, but my customers are my family. They're my bloodline, my life. And I did it for them, and I did it for me, and it was therapeutic for me. Absolutely.
Yeah. Family is one thing that I really, really love about this too, is that you can get your family involved with it. You know, I see all kinds of little kids all the time, you know, doing the children's $1 lives along with us, or you know, my mom and I have sat together and she's been my model while, you know, and it's such a great family affair. But it's also because we're working from home, you know, if you are a crazy busy mom with soccer or doctor's appointments or baseball or wrestling, or, you know, you have a crazy work schedule, or sometimes you work evenings, other times you work overnights, whatever, you can completely customize your business and your schedule based on everything that's going around you. So, and also if you don't have a lot of people, if you're homebound a lot, you don't get outside a lot, like a lot of us right now, hello, quarantine. It's really great to be able to make our money on the computer in many different ways online. And if we want to go out and about and see the world when we're able to, we can also use our jewelry to, we can sell it out and about as well. So it's really, when I posted a video earlier on in the event that paparazzi is for everybody, and it really truly is the truth. Any person, any male or female, you know, old or young, full-time, no time, mom, dad, childless, it doesn't matter. It is truly an opportunity for everybody and for every socio-economical status. My husband's here behind me. One thing we're going to do is we're going to be answering the questions that were asked of us from the event earlier on. And then we're going to ask if anybody has any questions beyond that. And then my husband is over here trying to talk, so we're gonna, what's up?
Hey everybody. So
this is Brian.
As we start to wrap this up, this would be a good time to probably start firing those questions if you haven't already. The IT department has been seeing that everybody's been firing off their questions and everything, and people have been answering them. That is great. But if you have been waiting for them until now is a real good time to fire them off. And everybody, either the people that invited you, or as you'll see, this is a big happy family here, and everybody will jump in and try and answer your questions for you. And I'm pretty sure that once we get through some of these questions and stuff like that, that Angela has a drawing to do, because we offered some people some, what was it, 20 pieces of jewelry?
20 pieces of jewelry from my inventory. Yeah. Now, there's going to be a stipulation to that. There were 2 criteria to winning this contest. Number 1, you cannot be a current consultant. Oh, we have it in the back. Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
2 more from Karina's team on Diamond Dynasty. Ring.
What are their names?
I don't know their names, but 2 more on Karina's team.
Yeah, Karina. Shout out your name if you just signed up. Shout out your name. We want to ring your bell. Ring that bell. Ring the bell.
All right, Karina.
We do not own the rights to that music.
All right. Where was I going with this? I forgot where I was.
People should hopefully start firing off your
Okay.
questions. Now, if your question has been asked and it hasn't for some reason been answered yet, do not despair. Because when this video is over, if the powers that be at Facebook cooperate, you should be able to come back into the event shortly thereafter and view it again. We are also going to hopefully have a recording of this entire event for the people that haven't been able to do it, that we're going to be able to provide to people either through an upload or a link or both. We'll see how the ID department fares during this, but fire your questions off now, and if they aren't answered right now live in real time, I promise you that we will be going through the many hundreds of comments that everybody has posted so far, and we will try and answer every single person's question that hasn't.
We got to ring the bell for Dina Sue Wine from Powhatan, Virginia. Ring the bell for her. Yay,
Yay, Dina!
And we got to ring a bell for, oh, she's one of my customers as well, Jamie George.
Jamie George!
All right, Jamie George.
Woohoo!
All right.
Oh my gosh, Sue Tedder Lester just signed under Amy Edwards Field. So give it up, guys, for Sue.
Woo!
Woohoo! All right, let us know if you sign up during the live. We're going to give you a shout out. Okay, so I was just trying to say earlier, actually, that before we pick the winner, there's going to be a disclaimer. You may not be a current consultant to win unless you signed up just now. You cannot win if you are a current consultant. You had to have clicked going to this event. Interested and not RSVPing do not count. And third, you have to have asked a question, okay? So when we pick a winner, we're just gonna verify that you're not a consultant and that you did RSVP is going. Peace?
Subject to verification.
Subject to verification.
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is how this has been
So
supported.
we did answer all of the questions as written, and hopefully we answered those questions as we were talking. Now we're waiting to answer any questions that are coming through our feed. Let's see here. Is there a video about how taxes at the end of the year? Oh girl, I'm not the person to ask taxes. If you go to like YouTube or even just Google, look under direct sales taxes, you're gonna find a lot of different resources out there. I don't make tax advice because I'm terrified of giving it to you incorrectly, but there are lots of them out there in cyberspace. Is there a form to help you fill out a tax note? If we earn over $600 a year in commission from the company, they mail you a 1099. Do you pay yourself or does Paparazzi pay you? Well, it's two things actually. When you purchase your jewelry and then you sell it, you either keep that profit or you flip that profit to buy more jewelry. That's your money to do with whatever it is that you want to do with it. When you receive a commission, meaning you grow your team or you sell pieces from the company's website, that's yours to keep. That's money that Paparazzi is giving you for A, growing a team, or B, getting a website sale. So they pay you in that regard. So there's several different ways to get paid with the company. I hope that answers your question, Pat. Guys, you want to help me out with questions here? Do the unpaid invoices create much of a barrier as far as back inventory? Honestly, I don't have that many unpaid invoices. I make it very, very clear throughout my lives that invoices are due within 24 hours. He's my invoice guy. He sends them out almost immediately. And if they don't pay, especially if they're a new customer, I cancel the invoice and I don't let them shop again. Karina's got a really cool system where if they're a brand new customer that have never shopped before, she gives them a 5-piece limit their first time, because a lot of us have had people who have come in, claimed almost everything, and then they just ghost you. They just disappear. So that's a great way to establish a relationship with that customer by limiting.
Yeah, it's just a one-time thing I ask for them to do, and most people are very understanding about it. I don't think anybody's ever really given me a hard time about doing that either. And then once you know that they're a serious buyer, then they can claim as many as they want. But some people just run into an issue once in a while, and it's just a preventative thing.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, can you stop at any time? Christine, absolutely, Christine Keenan. You're not locked in at all. There's no quotas you have to make. There's no monthly fees. A lot of companies out there charge you for their website. Paparazzi does not. It's free. So when you get a website sale on Paparazzi's website, they mail the customer the jewelry, and then Paparazzi mails you the commission for it. So super easy way to make money.
And actually, by example, so like the people that have already signed up while we've been live, they already have a website. They already have a replicated website that you could go on right now as one of their customers and buy from, and you can start selling the jewelry even before your kit arrives. So
I've had customers rank up to director before their kit even arrived, because those people went onto that person's website to sign up as a consultant. It's true. It's amazing that it's available right away.
And let me, there's been I've seen a lot of questions going through the thread about training and learning and teaching. And I know we've thrown around a lot of terms and a lot of ranks and a lot of, jargon that might be foreign to people. Is the training and the ability to learn how to do this is tremendous, because you have the entire internet available at your fingertips. Google is your friend. You can look in the search bar on Facebook. Okay, we have an entire group that of team called Angela's Angels on Facebook. So when you become a consultant, you get added to that group, and there's an entire knowledge base that people have contributed to. And it can be files, it can be documents, it can be PowerPoint slides, it can be all kinds of stuff. So if you don't know the answers, there is an entire community that is available to you, whether it's your person that sponsors you or other teammates or people in a group. It is an entire family that will help teach you and guide you through this kind of way, because unlike a lot of direct sale companies that just want you to get a kit and just sign up and then you never hear from them again, with Paparazzi, it's not like that. It's a much more personal experience, and people are very invested in other people's success.
Do you know where the welcome packet is? That welcome book that we got?
I don't. So
no. Okay,
yeah.
never mind.
People don't want to watch me dig around your messy office.
You get it when you sign up. Just so you know, first of all, the welcome kit. I wish I had one with me. Is the box that you get is beautiful. It is so beautifully displayed. But you get this welcome book, and it's like this really nice satin material. Everything they do with this company is high class. It's craziness. But this book is beautiful because it tells you everything you need to know. It gives you all the resources. It outlines what this is and what that is and what this is. So if you just follow the advice on that book that's sent with the kit, you're going to be off to a great start. In addition to all the resources that our website has and what our team offers as well. You're in really good hands, I can assure you of that. Now, I had a question over here. It's from Judy, which I think this is one of Steph's customers, and now it just disappeared. What if you don't want to sell, you just want to wear it? And I'm like, that's fine. We have lots of kit nappers. They'll buy the kit just for the 35 pieces of jewelry, and then they buy it just for the discount that comes afterwards, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Now, I can tell you, we've got a lot of kit fails, which means that you think you're just getting it for the discount, but then you get wrapped up, and then next thing you know, you're growing a team, and now you're a freaking superstar. We have had a lot of people that they get way more out of it than they ever dreamed or expected or wanted to. So, fair warning, your kidnapping might turn into a lot more than that. Oh, can you guys help me navigate through questions as well? Yeah, you don't have to sell it if you don't want to. Totally not a requirement. How do you choose your team? Can you choose somebody? No, I mean, you can certainly reach out to people who you think would be a great teammate, but ultimately it's the person's decision who they sign under, okay? Now, I've got a lot of people that signed up under me when somebody else may have, tried to also get them on their team. It's really wherever your person feels the most comfortable signing under, okay? Yeah.
Well, and we'll give you an example just from right here is, so Jamie George signed up today. Congratulations, okay? She's shopped with Angela for several months now. As a matter of fact, we just put a package into the mail to her a couple
Today.
days ago.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would encourage people, if you're, you know, the person that invited you has obviously had a dialogue with you. Those are the people that you probably feel comfortable with, have
Or a
relationships
friend,
with.
if you have a friend,
Yeah.
you know, and you feel like you want to give the precedence to your friend versus another person that you might want to shop for, that's perfectly fine. That's great. I would never insist or on somebody joining with me versus somebody else. It is all up to, I will advise somebody. I mean, I will say to you, okay, you're torn as to who you want to sign up with. I understand that. Well, these are a couple things to think about before choosing a sponsor. And I will say, your sponsor does not determine your success. Absolutely not.
Right.
We've got many people on this team who have terrible sponsors, or who the sponsor has dropped off, or the sponsor has quit within a few months of signing this person up. That happens a lot. But those people will still be successful if they have the drive, okay? However, a helpful, talented, compassionate sponsor is a very, very helpful thing to have.
Right.
Everybody wants to be acknowledged. Everybody wants to be encouraged. You want to be able to have somebody upline from you who really knows what they're doing and who has the resources and all those things. So if you're watching and you are torn between a couple different people, follow your heart, but also think about your future and what you want, who you want as a sponsor, and not just out of obligation to somebody.
And this is very much a relationship business.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You want to build that relationship with
Yes.
customers, with consultants, and it doesn't have to be. Some people are more comfortable, you know, just on this panel. I know Christine, who is our neighbor, who can come over here and get help in person, and you know, has done lives here in our house before. I think that you know, was what she was looking for, that she was more comfortable with that dynamic. And then you've got Miss Sarah over here, who is as far away as she could possibly be, 3,000 miles away, and she signed up under Angela. And those guys, I mean, they're BFFs. They talk every day on the phone. You know, they seriously. So, you know, geography can
Yeah.
sometimes factor into it,
I
but I
don't-
wouldn't
honestly,
say
I
it's a
don't-
limitation.
I don't feel, unless you really, really need hand holding, I don't feel geography has anything to do with it whatsoever.
Yeah.
I've got a few people that I signed up that are in town just because I happen to meet them and they don't really know anybody else. But I don't feel like I have anything to offer in person, unless maybe they want to do a swap of jewelry or borrow one of my displays or something like that. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't take geography into account too much. What's up, Steph?
Can I just say, I see a lot of my people saying stuff, but Facebook won't let me respond, so I'm not ignoring you. Like, I see Ashley says she wants to sign up, wanted to know if she had to be in my zip code, which you're answering, but I'm just not ignoring you guys. I can't respond. Facebook told me I reached my responding limit, apparently. So I'm here, I'm reading, I'm watching.
Wow.
We're gonna have to put bars on your screen, like jail bars.
Does Zoom have one of those little red circle dot things or something? Ghostbusters sign on.
Yeah.
So, what else we got for questions?
Julie wants to know how they sell them for $5. I don't freaking know. I don't know. I don't get it. They sell it for $2.75 actually, because that's how much we pay for it. I will say, I'm going to give an example. I want to give an example though of something. Okay. Now, an item. Let me show you what I'm wearing right now. Okay. Does this look like a $5 piece? No, right? Rhinestones and pearls and rhinestones all the way around here. Crazy, right? It's $5. However, this Trust in the Lord necklace, which is one of my all-time bestsellers ever. Do you think this costs much to make? No, probably pennies, right? The reason is they have something for anybody and everybody, and the expensive pieces it takes to make, they make up for it for the smaller, daintier pieces. So it really all evens out in the end, and they target a wide audience.
And I tell people all the time, because that's one of the first objections is, it's inexpensive jewelry.
It's not cheap.
But it is not cheap. It is not, you know, you could walk in, well, not right now you couldn't, but when you can walk into your local mall and get your jewelry fix, I mean, pick the 12 jewelry stores that are in that store, is you're either going to go in and overpay for something, or you're going to go to the costume jewelry type stores and those kind of things, and you're going to see something that is cheap. So that's a big distinction I try and make for customers.
Okay, I don't know if I'm missing any questions. Does any panelists have any questions or want to make any comments? Just raise your hand and I'll unmute you.
Zip wants to go.
Oh, Zippy Doodah, what's up?
Oh, unmute.
Oh, unmute, okay.
Well, my Facebook was like Steph's. I couldn't comment. It keeps saying dismiss. But I was going to say to Julie, my friend Julie on here, that yes, you can succeed without all of those things. You don't have to have a room designated. You just have like a small area. Like I have definitely proven this week, Julie, and you have seen it, my friend. If there's a will, there's a way. And just, I literally did a live right here in my mom's spare bedroom last week. But you don't need all those things. As long as your cell phone works to watch a live, you probably will be fine doing a live on it. And you can post those pictures and stuff like that. You just need cell service for that. Or if you don't have it, Dunkin' Donuts has a whole little nice office like area you can work in and get free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But it does, the comments are dismissing for me. Like I don't know if yours is doing that, Steph, but that's what it did to me too. It's saying dismiss when I try to respond.
I have somebody here who I feel for her so badly. She says her heart is torn. If I do what I believe would be better for my business, I would hurt the one I told I would sign up with. Hurt feelings or a successful business. Okay, I completely feel your pain. And I don't know if the person you're thinking of joining under is on mine or somebody else's, and I don't care. I'm not giving you advice from a selfish standpoint in the slightest. Ultimately, you're in this to succeed, okay? And you are in this to make friends. You're going to make a ton of friends with this company. You should sign up under the person who you feel would most help you with success. This other person that you don't want to hurt her feelings, how successful is she with it? How good of a team leader is she? How positive of a person is she? Does she have a good relationship with her upline? You know, I would ask her a lot of questions, almost like an interview, because if you take off and you run and you do amazing, but then she doesn't and she kind of leaves you with not much of a team, you're kind of on your own and you don't want to be in that position. Like, oh, well, if I would have known this, I would have gone with it. You know what I'm saying? So you just really gotta, and hopefully if she's professional and if she's business minded as well, hopefully she will understand where you're coming from, and the feelings won't be hurt for too long. But I've been in that situation before myself. A teammate, let's just say I had somebody not know between me and somebody else. They ended up choosing that other person, and my feelings were hurt. But you know what? I said, this is business. Business is business. Move on. And I did, and we're fine now. So.
Okay, so like we said, I would say continue asking questions in the thread, and people, if they aren't answered, we plan on going back through the entire thread right from get-go and any of the questions that were asked previously. So if they haven't been answered, we promise they will be answered. I think right now what we're going to try and do, the IT department's going to do this, is Angela has a drawing for some people to win some jewelry. So I'm going to try, bear with me, I'm going to try the share screen feature.
Oh boy.
So bear with us.
Oh, we're going high tech, guys.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Somebody asked a question. So you buy the jewelry for $275 and you make the rest out of $5. Yeah. So you buy it from corporate at $275 and then you sell it for $5. So corporate takes that $275 that you paid them and they, you know, pay their employees. They pay commissions. They pay, you know, for the jewelry itself. I mean, but 45% commission is insanely high.
All right. So now what we're going to do is we're putting up the screen. This is a little roulette wheel we've set up with the names of all the people that are eligible that ask questions in our thread prior to the event. These are people that are going to be entered to win 20 pieces of jewelry from Angela's thing. She said the stipulations earlier, they had to have asked a question, not be a consultant prior to today, and they had to have RSVP that they were going to the event. So we're going to draw that winner right now live. And this is typical of sometimes things that we do in our parties, if you're curious, to try and keep the lives fun and entertaining. So I'm going to hit the share screen here, and hopefully this is going to come up, and we'll see what is on our screen here.
Does anybody see a wheel
Do you see a wheel?
on the screen? I don't see a wheel on my screen.
Hold on.
You do,
Trying
Steph?
to. Well, there's a delay.
Yes, there's a wheel on the screen.
I see it on our, yes.
We have a wheel.
Woohoo!
So we are going to pick this winner and see who has won 20 pieces of
Look,
jewelry.
honey, it's there.
I gotta tell you, props to the IT department.
Wow,
Yes.
nice
Well
job.
done.
Mwah. Good job.
All right, here we go.
All right, so they can see it, so I don't have to turn this. Yeah, I don't have to do
No,
it.
we don't have to do it. We're gonna
Nice.
click. And
So the winner of this person is going to win 20 pieces of jewelry from my collection
Right.
upon verification that they met the contest criteria.
All right, so here we go. Drum roll. Wonder if the sound's coming through.
Mm.
All right, we see a wheel. There it is. Big money,
It's
no
gonna
whammies.
be Dana Burgess. Dana Burgess. Are
Is
you?
Dana watching?
Is Dana Burgess here?
If they're watching,
I hope
please
Dana
comment.
Can anybody confirm if Dana Burgess actually RSVP'd as going to the event? Let's hope they did. All right, well, we're gonna verify that as soon as we're able to. Congratulations,
Right.
Dana. I'm gonna be contacting you to get you some of this awesome jewelry sent to your house that you can either keep or sell when you sign up.
Right. And if for some reason this is not a valued winner, then we will do this drawing again after the fact and things. So that's where we're going with that. So congratulations to Dana. I'm going to try stopping this and putting us back on the screen, which I look like I successfully
Yeah, I
did.
think it looks good.
So
Okay, awesome. So does anybody have any does anybody have any last minute thoughts, questions? If we did not answer your question, go ahead and write it out in the thread, and we'll get to it after the live because we're already at our 2-hour maximum here. So panelists, do you guys have any thoughts or anything else that you'd like to add?
unmute everybody.
Let's unmute everybody.
And then they got to take it from there. So.
I did see a comment, but I don't see her question. Her last name was Hess. She said, "Can somebody answer my question?" But if your last name is Hess, just right here, Christine Hess, maybe.
How do you handle getting broken jewelry? Okay, so
I'm
first,
not.
you're a consultant.
It just on my end it says, "Can someone answer my question?" If it wasn't answered, can you just retype it so we can see it?
I know that question. It's right here.
Okay, she said she got it. Okay.
Oh,
My side, I don't see all the comments. I don't think.
Yeah. So hey, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank our panelists. I want to thank our Angela's Angels teammates for getting people in here. I want to thank everybody that attended and viewed this live. I want to thank anybody that expressed any interest whatsoever. With everything going on in the world today, we are extremely fortunate and blessed to have all of you in our lives and to be able to do this from our home and with all the uncertainty to have paparazzi in our lives. And we can't thank them and you enough because without you and them, none of this would be possible. So we, from the bottom of our hearts, our entire family, I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We hope this, like we said, that this video will be able to be viewed later on Facebook. So if you didn't get a chance to watch it, watch the replay. And you can send people here to watch this that you think it might benefit. And we're also going to try and upload it into our group and maybe provide some links to be able to share it around. Because right now it's all about sharing the hope that paparazzi can provide to people. So, all right. So thank you all so much. Hope everybody had a
Thank
good
you,
time.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, everybody.
God bless everyone.
Later. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Bye, everybody.
Bye.